Hi everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for the 7th episode of Peacemaker. Let's just talk about it, shall we? Okay, so yeah, episode 7 of this 8-part series entitled Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Stop Dragging My Heart Around. So this episode jumps in where last week's left off. Peacemaker decides to go on the run with Vigilante, packs all his stuff up because obviously all the police forces in the country are now looking for him after this incident with the diary that was planted by Adibay. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Anyway, Economist decides to go on a run with them, and we come to find out that Judo Master has slipped his restraints and has now exited the safe house. Yeah, so he's out and about. No one knows where he is. So this episode is essentially 2 stories. You have one with the Peacemaker stuff going on. Peacemaker is on the run and is being chased by his father. We come to find out what exactly happened when Peacemaker was younger and the incident with his brother that got his brother killed. And it turns out that they were being encouraged to fight, shall we say, by the father and all the other yokels of wherever they lived, causing the brother to get killed by Peacemaker when he sort of knocked him out in a fight. And his father obviously blamed him for this. So yeah, Oggy, in his villainous costume, which he can fly in, is off chasing Peacemaker. While this is going on, you have Amelia and Adibay in a situation where they're packing up, and Clemson gets confronted by all the police officers that have now been overtaken by the butterflies, and they shoot him only to see the butterfly come out of the mouth, and they crush. The Chinese police officer crushes the butterfly and throws it down. Once they've left, Amelia and Adibay goes running in, only to see that the butterfly dying. Yeah, and they don't know what they're going to do without him. At this point, they're confronted by Judo Master. Judo Master gets into a confrontation with them. They have a little bit of a fight, all of them, but they overpower Judo Master. Prior to this, Judo Master has been seen hanging outside of a sort of convenience store where 2 guys pick on him about his size, and when they come out, Judo Master has kicked the crap out of them. So primarily this story deals with wrapping up the storyline involving Peacemaker and his father, and it's done to great effect. There's a car chase, there's a lot of gunplay, there's superheroics, there's special effects. Eagly gets injured, Economist guns down a load of people. You know, there's all this stuff going on, and it culminates in Peacemaker killing his own father and then dropping to the floor and crying. During this fight, Vigilante is injured somewhat, and they head off to a veterinarian's to get Eagly repaired. Whilst there, they give a call to Amelia. Amelia turns up with Adibay, and Adibay witnesses Peacemaker over the corpse, or not the corpse, not a corpse, not dead, of Eagly, the body of Eagly on a table, begging or praying to the Lord, shall we say, to wake him up. Eagly does wake up and wraps his wings around Peacemaker, being witnessed by Adibay, who didn't believe it had occurred when Peacemaker had told him in episodes prior. Yeah, so all in all, it was a sort of a filler episode. It does end on a scene of the cow. You do get to see the cow, the creature that's being milked for the honey type of a stuff. And you see it actually being milked. Yeah, don't know if that's an image I'm going to get out of my head anytime soon. But yeah, so it kind of ends there. So a very sort of simplistic storytelling in that there weren't too much going on. Just a sort of A and B storyline running throughout. Like sort of a classic sort of a TV show would do, as opposed to everyone being everywhere, giving you different stuff going on. Like I said, it wrapped up the father stuff, so that's been put to bed, and with 1 episode left, we're going to be left with the culmination of the butterfly story arc, and how that plays out and how that comes to an end. So all in all, you know, the episode was fast paced, it was enjoyable, not quite as humorous as some of the episodes that have come before, but nonetheless, good writing from James Gunn in this one. It was well made, shall we say. Some fantastic special effects, and yeah, and some good performances, including John Cena himself, who gets to act a little bit in this episode, putting on the tears and this sort of a thing. The relationship between him and Vigilante is very much like how he would have been with his brother, because in the flashbacks we do get scenes where him and his brother are rocking, and Peacemaker gets this with Vigilante and now with Economos. But between him and Vigilante, you do feel this sort of a brotherly type of a relationship growing, and this is obviously to replace that relationship he had when he was younger, that he's probably feeling this with Vigilante himself. But yeah, so anyway, so that's it. A fun episode nonetheless, all very good. I'm going to leave it there. Please consider hitting the subscribe button and join me on the channel. Come back next week for the finale, and we'll have a talk about that. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode, what you thought about the series as a whole going through. Have you enjoyed it or haven't you? And like I said, come back next week. I'll give you a roundup of next week's episode and my entire series thoughts as well, and like a little bit of a recap. Anyway, this is AJ. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care all. Goodbye.